today.
And tonight, we know when they are coming, June 20th. An AT&T phone store tells CNBC tonight they expect the iPhone in the store on that day, and no pre-orders will be taken. There may be a waiting list starting the week before, but they could not say for sure. That's June 20th. Mark your calendar. If you want one, that date can't come quickly enough, but if you are an Apple and an AT&T competitor, you'd like a bit more time before Apple invades your space, just 27 days. Well, Verizon may have an answer, an iPhone killer up its sleeve, in fact. Trish Regan is on the money tonight.
As Apple fanatics eagerly await their chance to get their hands on an iPhone for the first time, competitors of AT&T, the only U.S. carrier of the iPhone, could be ready to ring in with their answer to the highly hyped gadget.
The big fear here is that Verizon, who's been kind of the king of wireless in the U.S. market in terms of growth and loyalty in their customers, faced a challenge with this iPhone because AT&T would then start taking some of Verizon's best customers.
Reports now that Verizon is stepping up to the plate to meet the iPhone challenge head-on, working with handset maker LG.
I was able to confirm that Verizon is definitely working on a phone to answer the iPhone.
TheStreet.com reports Verizon may soon launch a phone similar to LG's Prada phone.
I think it's going to be the same basic design. It'll look the same as the one overseas. What they do inside of it might be different.
The sleek Prada phone, like the iPhone, has a touchscreen display, built-in camera, and full internet access. But will it take a bite out of Apple's portion of the cell phone market?
LG, while a good phone maker, might be a little over their head in terms of trying to make an all-in-one device.
LG tells On the Money that the company has no plans to sell the Prada phone branded with a U.S. carrier, and Verizon Wireless, which at one point was offered the iPhone contract, would only say, stay tuned. Of course, that's much better than please hold. On the Money, Trish Regan, CNBC.
Phone makers and wireless providers now have less than a month until Apple's iPhone hits the street. Does the fashionable LG Prada phone stand a chance against the most anticipated product of this century? Jim Goldman, Silicon Valley Bureau Chief, is live in Los Angeles tonight with us, and in New York, CNETnews.com staff writer Maggie Reardon. Maggie, let me start with you. Have you seen the LG Prada? What do you think? Does it have a chance?
Well, I mean, honestly, I don't think it does. The LG Prada is not a full smartphone. It's a regular phone. It looks similar to an iPhone with, touch screen and everything, but it doesn't have the same kind of functionality that you would get with the iPhone or any other kind of smartphone.
But they're obviously coming at it with a stylish kind of answer, to try and beef up the competition. Jim, how essential is it that other carriers come up with something to challenge the iPhone, do you think?
Honestly, I'm not clear that anybody truly can come up with anything that's going to challenge the Apple iPhone juggernaut. LG, LG last gasp. I mean, this company just cannot come up with a way that will do anything to unseat the unbelievable momentum that iPhone has months before this thing actually comes out, and now we're just a few weeks away. LG doesn't have a shot. Everybody is worried about exactly what the iPhone is going to do. It's going to sell millions of units. It's going to juice Apple revenue, stock. This is a very exciting product. As you said, highly anticipated. We can't get enough of it, and it's not even here yet. I don't think just a regular phone with a Prada name to it. No, and just attaching a name like Prada to an LG phone and jacking up the price to say you've got something really cool, really not a chance. Do the trick. I mean, I think it's great they're trying to come up with an iPhone killer. It's a great little title, but I think the technology is littered with iPod killers, as an example, and nobody was able to do anything about that either. Yeah. So I don't look to this.
Maggie, does it matter as much to the handset makers like Motorola as it does to the carriers to come up with an iPhone killer, or should they just focus on cheaper phones or some other segment of the market?
It's crucial for them to come up with something that competes here, and I think what the challenge is and what the real threat is I know that the initial iPhone is probably going to sell pretty well, but I think the threat is really in the longer term, because Apple has proven over and over again that with subsequent products, it gets the technology right. It listens to its customers. It gets better. So I think it's what comes down the road that's really going to trouble these guys.
Okay, Jim, Maggie.
Melissa, I was just going to say really quickly, remember, the iPhone is a platform product. It is not merely a phone, even merely a smartphone. This is a whole different way of mobile computing, and Apple is banking its whole future on it.
Okay, thanks for joining us tonight, both of you.